We got tweets. Elgin. Big game. Elgin still doing it.
Elgin Baylor, the best small forward ever played for the Los Angeles Lakers.
That's saying a lot. Smooth play. Buzzer beater for the win. Magic. Oh, my God. And put it in all caps, Press. Caps magic. Love that. LBJ. Tough juice. He different.
Clearly.
You silly.
He was silly with that shot.
He's right.
Checkmate.
More to come on that. And let's take a look at the brackets. Heat are up 2-1. Celtics got game 3. They are back in the series. And in the West, Nuggets try to steal one tonight. Roaring back in the second half, but AD ends it with a 3 at the buzzer. The Lakers now have 8 buzzer beaters in the playoffs. That is most all time by any franchise. Let's hear it from the man of the hour. AD is speaking with Mike in the media.
Hey, Anthony, after you hit the shot, it looked like on the video that you mouthed Kobe. Not sure if that was actually the case, but wanted to ask you your feeling and just take us through that moment.
I did. You know, I mean, obviously we wearing the jerseys. He's hit countless shots like that, you know, to win games, regular season playoffs, finals. But I mean, it's a special one for me, special one for my teammates. You know, I told Bron that in LA, you know, right before the hiatus, you know, against the Brooklyn Nets, and you know, same spot, slightly different play, and I missed a shot, and I was upset at myself. And he said, "Man, we gonna live or die with you shooting that shot." And I got the same opportunity tonight and was able to make it. But I mean, it's a special moment for me, special moment for the team, especially in a situation like this. You know, trying to go up 2-0 against a special team who's great competitors and you know going to fight for the entire 48 minutes. So to do something like that, you know, in the jersey we wore tonight, you know, it just makes it even more special.
Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, 3-pointers win the game. How close to that was a dream of Anthony Davis growing up in Chicago? How much of that kind of moment comes up?
It's a huge dream. To make it, you know, even better, you know, you kind of wish you was in Staples tonight with the fans, you know, that support us all year. But you know, still to be in that moment and hit a shot like that is still a dream. I've never hit a game winner like that before, so to hit it like that and you know to be a 3, it's a special moment for me. Something I'll let soak in for the next couple hours, and then tomorrow I'll try to get ready and prep for game 3. But you know, being around you know Bron and you know Duz and all the other guys, they for sure gonna let me you know make sure I hear about it you know at least for the rest of the night. So when you got teammates like this and the coaching staff who support you and want you to be great and want the best for you, you know, moments like this are even better.
Hey, AD, it's Dave. Great shot, man. Frank was mic'd up, and during the broadcast, you could hear him say something to you guys during a timeout, saying, "Hey, look at the jersey you guys are wearing on your chest." Yep. You hit the shot. You guys are undefeated in the jersey. If you miss it, you're not. Is there any extra mojo going on with the jerseys that you guys have been wearing in these playoffs, those Black Mamba ones?
We just feel like we play a little different. Our swag is a little different. You know, every time we put on those jerseys, obviously, you know, we're representing him. But, you know, especially in those jerseys, you know, it's his jerseys, the ones he created. So anytime we put it on, we feel like we want to win. And, you know, Coach made sure that, you know, we knew that, you know, in that huddle, you know, said, I mean, look at the jerseys you have on. You know, he would make big-time plays, so it's time for us to make big-time plays. I think it was like 6 minutes left in the game, and, you know, guys were able to do that. So just looking down at the jersey and Coach telling us is just a constant reminder of that, you know, Kobe's with us, and we kind of have his spirit in those jerseys.
AD, I'm wondering what it felt like after you hit that shot, and then you turn around and you're running back towards your bench, and you see all your teammates running at you, and ran over Taylor, and like, was it all just a blur, or did you? What do you remember about that moment and what it felt like?
I remember the play before. I got the floater, they come down. We knew it was going to Jokic, and I let him get to his strength, which is his right hand. He got a hook, score. They go up 1, and I was kind of upset because I'm a better defensive player than that. And granted, he made a great play. He made great plays. Throughout the course of the game. And Rondo told me, he said, it's all right. He scored on you. And, you go, get it back. So came off, made the shot, and then the first person I saw was Swish. Just jumping around everywhere. And I just kind of ran towards the bench and knocked Taylor over. And I don't know. I mean, it's just a great moment. It's a great moment to be with the team. They're cheering for you, celebrating for you. Like I said, it'd be even special. It was in Staples, with our fans. But to have the guys that we have, the brotherhood that we have on this team, the support, that I have, and, every player I have on this team, from ownership to the coaching staff to, the training staff, to the players, everybody's one big family. And to be here and, cheer for me and support me through that shot, and then, after we celebrate is the special moments like this that you keep forever.
Hey, Anthony, Rajon called this the biggest shot of your career so far.
For sure.
You're obviously on this stage. It's the Lakers, a franchise. Obviously, you know it, you get it. Is this what you wanted when you left New Orleans and when you were looking for a change? And is this the sort of kind of moment and experience that you were looking for?
It's for sure the biggest shot of my career. And when I left, I just wanted to be able to compete for a championship. And I know that moments like this comes with it, especially being in LA, the biggest market in basketball. I know the quote unquote pressure is going to be on us, going to be on me, especially the first year. With everything that happened last year, and then also playing alongside Bron, I know he gets criticized more than any basketball player ever. So just being able to play alongside him, and he kind of helped me with all this quote unquote pressure, going out and playing. You guys seen that in Game 5 of the Rockets, where he comes to me at the scorer's table and talks to me, when I was struggling. So. Just going out there and just playing basketball, he makes it a lot easier for me. But just being able to want this, type of pressure, type of spotlight, and go out and play in big games and make, big time plays and big time shots for my team. So it was definitely what I wanted, and the job is definitely not over until we're able to, win a ring. I mean, that's when it's over, and that's when the task is completed. So, I mean, it was a big shot. Like I said, we were celebrating for a couple hours, but, this team fought. They could have easily won this game, and we got to get ready for Game 3.
All right, Khaldun. Thanks, Nisha.
AD, both Frank and LeBron brought up the shot you had against Brooklyn did not go in. How much has that shot influenced in the months since your ability to kind of get ready for taking another shot and getting another look just like that?
I mean, Brian, I tell you, the first 4 days, I was talking to him like, damn, I should have made that shot for you. Like, I got to make that shot for you. And he was like, man, you're fine. But I put more pressure on myself than anybody. I feel like every shot I take is supposed to go in, and I have enough confidence in my shot to make those type of plays. And then I knew that I was going to have an opportunity, tonight to make, almost that same exact shot from the same exact spot. And this time, I think just missing that shot and making a 3 earlier from that same exact spot just gives me a lot of confidence. Having this this team giving me a lot of confidence in shooting the ball. Coach wanted me to shoot more threes. Having the confidence in me to shoot those. So in situations like that, having this team, and this coaching staff who believes in you to make plays like that and to draw plays up for you or things like that to make you take those big shots. Puts a lot of confidence in myself and confidence in in my game where I can go up and make those type of plays.
All right, just a couple more here. Rachel?
Is there anything about being at this level that you didn't expect? Kemba Walker said the other day that despite all his experience in the league, now that he's finally in the conference finals, just that every possession mattering so much. Is there anything that you've noticed despite being around the league for so long?
Yeah, I mean, he's right. Every possession does matter. 24 turnovers tonight. I mean, we gave them 24 more possessions. I mean, we turned the ball over. We got to get shots at the rim, and things like that matter. Details matter. Because now teams will make you pay. And we can't afford to. Teams are already good enough, to get this far that they're going to make plays. And when we, have mistakes defensively, breakdowns offensively, not sprinting back on defense or whatever, and we get them, extra points, then we make it a lot harder for us to win a game. So, like I say, teams are great at this level, who made it this far. Players are a lot better than teams you might see in the first round. So you never want to give them extra possessions. And this guy to my left is a constant reminder, of how we should play and the details and what it takes to win championships. And he constantly preaches that in the timeouts and in the film room because he's been there. And we want to be there too. So details matter, and possession is definitely a possession game when you get this late in the playoffs.
All right, last two. We're going to have Dan and then one on Zoom.
Eddie, you mentioned details. Sometimes on a play like that, some of the details get lost. How good was the pass from John? Especially as you're moving? And were you surprised how clean it looked?
I think Doe wanted to come in and make that pass. Obviously, him and Brian are our best passers on the team. But I knew if I had a look, a clean look to come off, he was going to put it on the money. And, I mean, it's crazy because he had Jokic's like 7 feet, right? He had a footer on him, and instead of throwing a chest pass that some people would make, it probably got deflected. He threw a bounce pass, where he couldn't get to it, and it landed right in my hands. And I'm not sure what happened on the backside with their defense, but, when I came off and I saw nobody in front of me, it was really just about taking your time and knocking down the shot. But he threw a great pass, and like I say, it's my job on this team, along with Bronze, to make plays like that for us.
All right. Last question, Brad Turner.
Congratulations, AD. The last 20.8 seconds after Jokic made the shot, take us through those times, because Caruso misses a shot, Danny gets his shot blocked, we don't have a time left, Rondo comes in, shot. Those last 20.8 seconds, what was that like? What was going through the whole team's mind?
Yeah, I mean, we knew we had no timeouts. AC had a great look at the top of the key. Danny got the rebound. Dribbled out, tried to get a two-pointer. Murray blocked it, went out of bounds. We had 2.8 left or something like that. And we were running this play, for Bron, who hit multiple game winners in his career, to take us home. And I just saw how, they were playing it. Plumlee was kind of off of me, so I knew if I kind of flew around, with them kind of locked in on Bron, I was gonna probably have a clean look. And I kind of just looked at Doe, and we made eye contact, and he made a great pass, and ended up making the shot. But it was like a crazy possession. I mean, we had a couple good looks. Most people will give up on plays. It was a huge offensive rebound for Danny to get us that possession. So, credit goes to him as well for battling inside. We came out victorious. So, everybody played, great tonight with a team effort. And like I said, we got to get ready for a game 3.
Thanks, AD.
With AD, he mentioned that, you guys kind of just made eye contact on that last play. And obviously that helps facilitate an open look.
I think I made eye contact with every player on my team that played. My first look was Kenny backdoor, that wasn't there. Danny backdoor wasn't there. Brian and I looked eye to eye, but he didn't move, and then I saw already coming on the outside and try to get it to him on time on target. I had Joker on me, so obviously I couldn't throw a live pass, and he did the rest.
Rachel, when you played with Anthony in New Orleans, how much, even back then, was he wanting to get into games at this level? How have you watched him grow into probably the biggest shot of his life?
I agree. It was the biggest shot of his life so far. Watching him grow, obviously I played with him a couple of years back, and to where he's come now, he's always been a dominant force for any opponent he's played against, but see him grow and hit a shot in this type of environment, Western Conference Final doesn't really get any bigger than this. And I'm extremely happy for him as a teammate, as a friend, and I love watching him grow.
When you know someone is such a high skill level player but just hasn't been at that level of competition yet, is it just as a guy who has been there, do you want it for them even more?
Absolutely. And then, to have him on my side, I definitely feel comfortable. Even, like I said, when they went up 1, there was never a doubt. AD had to go in the second half, and he was scoring from inside out. And unfortunately, like I said, he hit the three at the end, but he's arguably the best scorer in our game. 7 feet tall, he can take bigs off the dribble, he can post smalls. He's a foul magnet, shooting 99% from the line. So he's definitely a great option to have. And also, LeBron, 1A, 1B, it doesn't matter. You have guys on the floor, they're going to draw a foul, get a lot of them looking.
All right, yeah.
Alex is very vocal, especially about the defense on the court. He gave you guys how has he grown over the course of the year, and how comfortable is he speaking up and talking about coverages and stuff like that?
He's grown, but to me, Alex is, when I used to play each other when he was in the South Bay, he was always a high IQ guy for me, and I picked it up right away. His defense on the ball, his presence, his communication was always a standout for me. And that's what he takes pride in, So his growth, his confidence, coming into these type of environments, playing against Dame, CJ from Westbrook to Harden, he's definitely taking a challenge. He's never backed down from anybody as I've ever seen him play, and love playing with him. He's a great guy to have on the floor. He's a great teammate. He's always vocal, and like I said, he knows what he's talking about.
That poise and Brez mentioning kind of the face that Rondo had in the game winner, you actually need that on your team. Never too high, never too low. Expectations, a guy who's been there before, a winner, a champion. But what he's been able to do with this second unit, the playmaking ability, organizing, playing with AD. We said it in the pregame show. There's a reason why AD loves Rondo. They have a connection. It goes way back.
Yeah, no doubt. And let's look at Rondo's kind of timeline, all right? He gets to the bubble with the rest of the team, excited for things to start up again. What happens? Breaks his thumb. He's out 5 weeks. Recovers from the thumb finally. What happens? Hurts his back. He's out another week or so. Finally, we're seeing what Rondo loves to do. That's show up in the playoffs. I mean, it's amazing. In 4 of the last 6 games, he's had 9 assists. This is not a starting point guard. That's a starting point guard number right there. I mean, he keeps it in the magic 9. As soon as you said 9 right now, Geet, I'm like, yeah, that sounds familiar. Look it up real quick. Yep. That seems to be his thing, getting those 9 assists, getting not just the second unit energized, obviously the first unit, and AKA a game-winning bucket tonight.
Yeah, no disrespect to the other players, Caruso, guys who handle the ball, with the exception of LeBron. But without Rondo, there are moments in that game where it's getting a little bit out of control. Yep. Denver's coming back, and you need a point guard like Rondo to kind of depress, take a good deep breath, and get things back in order. And that's what he does. He doesn't allow teams to get all, sporadic all over the place. Calm down. Let's get a good shot. And that's what you need. Otherwise, those comebacks can turn into leads for the opponents. That's what he brings. You bring a coach on the floor where you don't necessarily need a timeout all the time. You got Rondo out there, say, okay, let's see what we got. Oh, let me drive in here. Lob to Dwight. Little things like that make a big difference when you have a calming person on the floor like that.
Remember, he was a free agent, last year. Yeah. The Lakers brought him back on a 2-year deal. I believe he's got a player option for next season. I think he'll exercise it and stick around because, the Lakers want that to happen. They love what he does on and off the court. You're smiling, Karan.
I'm saying, yeah, he's going to exercise that because he knows his value. Oh, yeah, he's very valuable right now.
Yeah, no
Check,
doubt.
please. Let's go back to the bubble. LeBron James is now speaking with the media.
Hey, LeBron. Last time you were in the playoffs, you made a couple game winners, and it seemed to be something that has become such a big part of your kind of skill set and persona on the court these days. So what's it like to see a teammate that clearly you have great chemistry with, that you wanted to have be in LA with you, be the guy to make that shot and win the game for you guys?
Did you see my reaction?
That's all smile.
Nah, did you see my reaction after you made it?
I didn't get to see it.
You didn't get to see it?
I watched on TV.
Oh, well, I tried to chase him down just like every last one of the teammates and staff that we had out there. A special moment for a special player. Happy to be a part of it.
What does it take to take on the pressure to make to first of all want a shot like that, to take it, to make it, and what do you think the fact that he was able to have that kind of moment would do for his confidence going forward in situations like this?
Well, it's not about making a shot. It's about having a belief of just taking it for one and living with the result. You know, I think right back, you know, to our game right before COVID hit. We played Brooklyn at home, and he had a similar shot right there on that left wing, right in front of their bench for us to win the game, and he missed it. And he was down on himself, but at the end of the day, I told him, I said, listen, man, if you open, and I was able to drive that particular game and find him wide open, and he just missed it. But it's just the confidence to take the shot. You're not going to make them all, but the belief to just take it and live with the results is what it's all about. And you know, tonight was, you know, his moment. Tonight was his moment to just, you know, find a space, you know, hunt the ball down. You know, in our top 10 in assists, one of our top 10 in assists leaders in Rondo was able to find him, and he knocked it down. It was a big time play.
Allie?
Kyle Goon?
Even before that, he and Jokic were trading buckets. I mean, were you just getting a sense that he was sort of rising to that particular duel even before that game-winning shot?
No, it's not about an individual matchup. It's about us trying to execute and him just coming through for us. And, you know, that's what he did. It wasn't, okay, you know, Joker, your turn, my turn. Well, no, it was just about playing the game and finding ways to try to make an impact. And, you know, obviously those two big shots he had at the end, one was the floater to take the lead, and Joker was able to get the tip in, and then he comes back with the three. You know, just big time plays, like I said, for a big time player.
Okay, Rachel?
LeBron, AD is the kind of player who had a skill set to do this for a long time, but that he is now with a team that is at a championship level, competing for a championship, competing for conference finals. What do you think that's like for him to finally get to be in the big moments that match the skills that he has?
I don't know. It's definitely an AD question, but just happy to have him. I know what he brought to the table. I know what he's about. I know his skill set, and you know, that's why I wanted him here so badly.
Chris?
Well, you guys didn't have a timeout on the last play right there. How were you able to talk about a scenario in which something like that could happen before?
No, that's what this floor right here that we're on right now is all about. It's the practices, it's the shoot-arounds, and we talk about every single scenario possible. Up 3, down 3, up 2, down 2. Do we have a foul to give? Do we not? Do we have a timeout? Do we not? Are we going full court, half court, BOB, which is baseline out of bounds, SOB, sideline out of bounds? You know, you talk about all those things. And if you want to be a championship ball club, you have to be able to do that on the fly. So knowing that we didn't have a timeout, we were able to get into a situation, into a set that we've worked on in practice and get right to it. And the first option was for me if Doe saw me over the top. If not, then AD flashes, and the rest is history.
Dan?
LeBron, you said it's not making the shot, it's taking it. Caruso stepped into a shot similarly, took it right away. He's been really vocal in huddles and stuff like that. Where does he kind of fit on your leadership hierarchy on this team? How valuable is that part of his confidence to speak up and step in and take a shot?
When you're trying to play high-level basketball, you got to have high-level IQ players, and he's one of them. And not only does he have high-level IQ, he also plays with a high energy. And we know we're going to get out of him every night. It's not about him making shots, but we know he's going to defend, and he's going to play at a level that he's capable of playing at. And we all know that once he checks into the game every single night. So we know what to expect out of him. And you know, to be honest, when he makes shots, it's extra credit for us. But he puts that work in on his offensive skill set to get better and better. And, we love everything about him.
Willing leader, too, it seems like?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, we'll throw it back to Tanisha.
Mike Trudell.
Hey, LeBron, Mike Trudell in LA. If I could jump off the court for a second, if I read the sweatshirt correctly, it said change isn't made from watching on the sidelines. You're more than a vote sweatshirt that you wore on the way in. I just wanted to ask you about that and where your mindset is as this run continues, and where your mind is outside of the court.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I know we're here playing the game, but I'm not losing the fact of what's important as well. And more than the vote is about protecting black voters and voter suppression that goes on in our communities. And like you said, it's not changes are made by sitting on the sidelines, and that's one of our slogans, and we're very proud of that. And getting the people that want to join us, getting them gear and wearing the T-shirts and wearing the hats and wearing the hoodies, because when they go in their community, it's something they can continue to continue to educate, continue to make people empower about this movement. And because we always talk about change in our communities, and now we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to really create change for the better, and we look forward to this opportunity.
And if I could flip back to the court, going back to 2009, remember the bank shot, of course you do, but the shot against Orlando. What was it like that night going to sleep? And I know this is a question for AD too, but what is that to hit a shot that you kind of dream of growing up, right? Isn't that kind of what that situation?
I mean, to be completely honest, man, it was probably one of the greatest moments of my career up until that point. Just knowing the situation, we were about to go down 0-2. And we had home court advantage, and we knew how powerful that Orlando team was, playing against actually my teammate right now in Dwight. So, for me to be able to hit that shot, it was a huge moment for me. And I'm still a young kid at the time, so big time. The one thing I wish AD had tonight with the shot that he made, I wish we were playing at Staples. We miss our fans so much, and I can only imagine, I probably would have blew the roof off Staples Center, AD hitting that shot tonight in Staples with our crowd. I would have loved for him to have that moment, because I know what that felt like for me when I was able to hit that shot, as you mentioned, versus Orlando in the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 2 at the buzzer.
Last two questions. LeBron, AD has talked about just how much he's leaned on you throughout the playoffs. And obviously he's played outstanding in the Western Conference Finals. I'm curious, what's the biggest thing that you've tried to instill in him during this time?
I think just staying even keel. That's what it's all about. The playoffs and the postseason, and the more you advance into the postseason, the emotions and the adversity, and it's going to be a roller coaster at times. And if you could just, no matter if you're up, no matter if you're down, being able to keep your composure and keep your mindset on the main thing is very important. This is the furthest he's gotten in his career up until this point, and I'm just happy to be here with him to, give any advice for him to lean on me, or, to be completely honest, I leaned on him, and he brought us home, so I just try to set the example early on, and we leaned on him, especially in the fourth quarter, and he brought us home.
LeBron, Anthony came to LA asking for this pressure and asking for this kind of burden to be a great player in the playoffs. This is obviously a process that you've gone through. What is the challenge for an athlete, both to ask for that, to seek that out, but then also to perform when that moment comes?
I don't know. I think for me personally, it's always been about the man in the arena. The quote from Theodore Roosevelt. It's about the guy that's in the arena, that's gone through everything, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and in our situation, the competition, but it's about the work that you put in and the belief in yourself. It's not about the doubters or the naysayers or the people who's going to talk about you and try to slander you and put you down and bring you down every single day. It's not about them, because they've never been in the arena. They don't understand. So, AD, he know how special he is. And when he don't, I'll be the first one to tell him how special he is. And, he wanted to be here. I'm happy he wanted to be here, because if he didn't, we wouldn't have a moment like tonight. So that's what it's all about. But, You know, you put that pressure on yourself when you don't really care about what other people think. Because what other people think it doesn't really matter, because they don't understand. Anybody can talk from outside, but if they got into the ring or they got into the arena, probably 10 times out of 10 they shit the pants.
We got well
Enrico.
said. Well said. We got Enrique Rodriguez, and he's wearing a big game jersey. He's got his trophies in the background. And
Enrico.
AD is on the way. AD is on the way.
Look at him. He ready. Feisty.
How'd I lose my voice in a post-game show?
Enrico.
You hyped.
Like Enrique.
Stay that way.
Excited. Crazy.